Good morning, everyone. Before we start, I would like to show you this picture, which I always found arresting. So this skeleton was found in Cyprus city by David and Soren in mid-90s. So here you are looking at a man about 22 years old. His arms are around a lady aged about 19 years. You can see a small skull over here of 1 year baby. So the woman is holding her baby, trying to protect her. The father is also trying to protect them both from falling debris. The entire family is crushed by their own dwelling. Now tell me, who is responsible for this? So as we always say, earthquakes don't kill people, buildings do. So it is the building with lack of regulation, lack of structural support, sometimes unnecessary heavy decorative elements that kill people. And as an architect, we have huge responsibility to play, isn't it? So before we start the formal lecture, let's see the overall course structure and weekly schedule for the semester. So the objectives of this course are to sensitize students to earthquake resistant design practices and to equip students with enough scientific background required to design earthquake resistant building. Now here are the course outlines and the document of course proposal I have already shared with you. You can go through that. So I'm going to skip these slides. This course is designed only for architectural students of 4th and final year. And here are the course details. This is department elective course, which carry 100 marks. Title of the course is Earthquake Resistant Architecture. This is about my background and contact details. Now let's talk about lecture schedule. This course consists of formal lecture and tutorials. At preliminary stage, architects design a structure, isn't it? And that should fulfill all functional requirement, and also it should be structurally sound with respect to seismic forces too. So there should be strategic approach to be applied in design. In this course, we will follow conceptual approach rather than the analytical approach. We will not do any kind of structural analysis or calculation. We will follow qualitative approach rather than the quantitative approach. We will look at codal requirement a bit, but focus will be architectural aspect and design concepts. So let's see the weekly schedule. In initial stages, we will talk about earthquakes, its causes, movement of tectonic plates, seismic waves, etc. Also various terminologies related to earthquake like magnitude, intensity, etc. Then we will look at historic events in India and overseas, its impact on our life, and we will follow few case studies also. Then we will move to core part of this course, architectural design concept and strategies. We will look at building layout, site planning, etc. We will also talk about traditional architectural techniques like Kathkuni, Koti Banal, Dhajji Diwari, etc. You have also already studied in your second year about vernacular and traditional architecture, but again we will look at these maybe with a different perspective. We will go through building codes on also in a brief manner related to seismicity and buildings. Then we will discuss ductility, stiffness, reinforcement, joints detail, which is also very important. We will spend some time on open ground story buildings and stilt floor, and also learn where to provide shear wall. We will also learn to assess the earthquake safety of building. There is a term rapid visual screening, RVS. So RVS is a quick method of earthquake assessment of buildings, and this is an approximate method of assessment. Non-structural elements are also important. There should be careful design of these elements to prevent injury and economics loss as well. Then we will look at confined masonry construction, foundation details, base isolation, seismic damper, and other modern techniques. At the end, planning aspect or broader perspective will be looked at rather than the individual buildings. How urban planning how urban planning can reduce earthquake destructive impact upon a community, city or region. We will also do site visit in between and interim assessment at the end. So don't think these coded requirement and concepts as a design restriction or constraints. Rather, developing the understanding of structure and its behavior so that we can create innovative design solutions, right? Again, this course will not replace the advice or consultation from a structural engineer, but improve the understanding of seismic behavior of buildings so that architects and engineers can create good design together. Now, here are the list of suggestive readings. I know this is exhaustive list and you won't be able to read all these, but it is for future reference too. So I have highlighted a few ones that you can start with. So in these books, the highlighted one, the concepts are given in very simple way with lots of diagram. Now if you see this document, seismic hazard microzonation of NCT Delhi on 1:10,000 scale, which is prepared by National Center of Seismology under Ministry of Earth Science. So this report is related to geological and geophysical data like shear strength of soil, bedrock depth, groundwater table, soil liquefaction potential, peak ground acceleration PGA. These terms we'll study in this course, don't worry. So this document is very useful for planners, architects and structural designers. You can also find seismic hazard microzonation map in this report. So here are some other good references. So you can go through this as per your availability of time. So as I mentioned earlier that we will follow qualitative approach only or conceptual approach. We are not going to do any structural analysis or calculation. But if someone is interested in structural analysis, then there are again lot of books available. You can follow Structural Dynamics by Anil K. Chopra, TMH publication की है, और Structural Dynamics by Mario Paz under CBS publication. Some books are written by Anand S. Arya. He has done lots of work in this area and he is also Padma Shri awardee. So I hope we are clear about course content and lecture schedule. So now let's try to understand about earthquakes and its causes.